I'm a scat man. Yo, do, do, do. Skimmy, dimmy, ding, yo, do, do, do. Yo, do, do, ba, 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 bee, ba, 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 do. Ba, 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 do. Wee, ba, 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 do. Wednesday is here, and that means it's time for Covers' NHL Puck Props presented by Bet99. Josh Inglis, Carlo Colaiacovo coming to you live, 10 a.m. Good to see the pumpers there in the morning, pumping things up. Pump those likes, pump those comments. We got to beat that new terms and conditions from the hosting site, YouTube, because
Juice
the content.
pumping.
Yeah, so we pump it up. Two things. Let's start off with, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most insulting to you as a professional, where does the term vanilla rate? Is vanilla a 10? Vanilla's, I've never heard vanilla, but vanilla's bad.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you're the players that it's being directed to, it's bad because since the beginning of the season, you've been trying to live up to the identity of being tough to play against. And when your GM comes out and you says you've been everything but tough to play against, and actually you play a little bit of vanilla, a little soft, a little plain, a little boring, it's pretty insulting. Like, to me, I think I've shared this with you before. The most insulting thing, or the most insulting word that could be directed to me, is being called soft. Like, that's almost similar, right?
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to be called that as an athlete, because what is that? How does that make you look?
How tough is
Right?
it to be called vanilla and then give up an own goal in like the first couple minutes of the game too?
I mean, own goals happen. It was, tough bounces happen, but you could. The timing of that goal was the worst part. I mean, it was a minute into the game, right? And you're like, oh my God, we're missing 7 guys. We need the fans to sort of get into this game. And a minute into the game, we put one in our own net. So, look, give them credit, man. Through whatever adversity they're dealing with right now, they found a way. And right now, that's all that matters.
What's up with Matthew Knies?
I have no idea. I haven't got a chance to check in yet. If you listen to Berube, it's been something he's been dealing with for a while now, and it just hit a point where it was hard to grind through it. And the timing of it sucks because of all the other players that are out, but if it's something that is limiting him, you've got to find a way to get it right so he can get back quicker instead of stay out longer.
But I think it's a smart move to sit him now, because you saw the minutes that Johnny T had to play. If you're not at 100% and guys are out and you're asked to play more, could wear even more on Matthew Knies.
Yeah. And look, I mean, sometimes when you're trying to send a message to your team, sometimes having like the go-to guys in your lineup out, maybe the spark is within, where you're having guys that are more hungrier to play because there's more minutes available and there's more that they want to do to make an impact that change the result. And clearly that's what they had last night.
The worst Carlo Colaiacovo deflected off you goal or own goal, is it fresh in your mind?
Not really. I mean, I remember there was one where I was in front of the net in a puck battle, and the puck goes D to D, and the D starts to walk into the shot. And I'm like, okay, I got to get in this lane, but please don't hit me. Like, I don't want to feel it in a spot that has no padding. So I go out like this, and my stick's on the ice. I try to get big, and it deflects off of my stick right into the top shelf of the net.
Nice.
That happens.
Yeah.
Right? You're in front of the net, you're battling, puck comes to the net, hits your skate, goes in. That happens.
Was it a Russian guy that you were terrified of a slap shot in front of the net?
Oh, we went through this.
Yeah,
we found the video.
Yeah.
We found the video of it too. I don't remember his name. Big right-handed shot defenseman. Played for Ska. God, this guy name sends
but he was a local.
Nightmares. He was what?
He was a local, Russian local.
No, I don't think he was a Russian player.
okay.
I think he was a Swedish player playing in Russia.
Oh, gotcha.
God, what was his name?
forget that.
Hershey. Patrick Hershey.
Boom.
Yes, that's who it was. This guy had a bomb. But the worst own goal I've ever seen in a game on my own was two. Eric Johnson. So if you Google Eric Johnson own goal against Ty Conklin when he's playing for St. Louis, hands down the funniest own goal you'll ever see. And obviously the Brian McCabe one where he scores into his own net on Andrew Raycroft in overtime, I think it was. But Mick, Google Eric Johnson own goal against St. Louis. And
Eric with a K, right?
Eric with a K, yeah. Pull it up if you can. So this guy here is skating back to his own end. It's in Calgary. He dumps the puck in on net. Conklin makes a save, and Eric Johnson goes to take a slap shot into the corner. And the slap shot went top shelf into his own net.
Oh.
Here, watch this. Watch this. This is going to give you a laugh.
Go get the metrics.
So watch. Goes wide. Shot on net. Buries it.
Whoops.
Watch the replay on it.
What do you say on the bench?
In the moment, you don't say much, but after the game, like it's there's no holds bar. It's you're going right on. It's like, dude, what happened? Watch this replay, okay? So he's in front of the net, reacts off a rebound, buries
middle part of the net.
Buries it.
That's tough. That's tough.
Oh man, so funny.
All right. Speaking of,
so
before we get to
good.
the picks, have to get to it because I mean, double hatties from Celebrini and Bedard last night.
Wow.
Insane. I believe they're well short. They're like minus 500 to make Team Canada now. Okay, and you can't have Hagel on a team and not have these guys on a team. And one thing that you did, like you were mentioning with AK today, that maybe put him with Crosby. Now, the Crosby-McKinnon line will never change, and probably like Reinhart or someone that plays smart on that wing. But nobody could play with McDavid last year, right? Marner was up on that line. He got demoted down to the fourth line. Yes, he came up in the final game to help with that goal. But could you possibly see McDavid, Celebrini, and Bedard?
Yeah, I want to see it.
That's what I want to see.
And if you're a hockey fan, how do you not want to see it? I mean, I tweeted it out this morning. I said, pick a center, McDavid, McKinnon, or Crosby. Put them in the middle with Celebrini and Bedard on the wings. Are you not lining up to watch that?
Yeah, 100%. That's so you give it a run.
I mean, how much more do these kids need to do on the same night? Both of them record hat tricks. Like they're Celebrini's in second place in the league in lead scoring, and Bedard's 1 point behind him.
Bedard, someone says, Perez said Bedard can't play wing though. It's a pretty easy transition. I thought he had played some wing.
Who, Bedard?
Yeah.
He's not playing center in Chicago.
That's what I'm saying. He said Bedard can't play wing though. That's what I mean. I thought he was.
Well, yeah, he can play wing.
He's
going to have to play wing if he's going to make.
But I mean,
team.
Saturday night versus Chicago, wasn't that like watching Chicago play? They're a fast team. They're hard on the puck, and they're a team that can make you make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
It's an exciting team to watch.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Celebrating such a well-rounded player. So excited for both of those. And don't forget about our bet. Chicago better than Anaheim in the standings. Dinner on you. That was the bet. Starting to get a little. Yes, it was.
That on record?
Yes, come on. Let them know, pumpers. That's what it was.
Okay, so hold on.
I gave you straight odds.
I have Anaheim.
You have Anaheim.
Yes. Okay.
There you go. You're still in good shape, but Chicago is coming. Let's get to some hockey. 4-game slate. Ties. Yep. The ties are back in play here. Edmonton, Washington. Throw them up there, Mick, at the bottom. Washington minus 125 home favorite here, over under sitting at 6. We're going tie. I don't think I put in the tie. Let me put that in. Sorry, producer Mick. I got too excited with my Roslovic point that I didn't get my tie in here because we were talking about ties, and if you're on the show, what was that?
Last
On
week,
Friday.
Wednesday or Friday. Yeah.
Friday was the game where all the games went to overtime.
All the games went to overtime. That was the night.
Yes, and there's guys in the chat like, you don't have to play the plays, but you can come for the information because we were talking about it and saying that, yes, keep an eye on it. The old tie round robin 3s and 4s hit, and this Friday we'll be running it back again. But Edmonton, Washington tie plus 310 and the Jack Roslovic point minus 125, and that's probably about as short as I get for a point.
That's hot right now.
He's very hot. Washington, not so much though. 3-7 straight up in their last 10, 4-6 over under. Edmonton, 4-6 straight up in their last 10, coming off that ugly 5-1 loss to Buffalo. How do you score 1 goal versus that rookie goaltender? All 4 wins of those 4 wins in their last 10 from Edmonton in extra time. 6 of their last 10 games have gone to overtime. Edmonton issues getting penalties with just 7 power play opportunities over their last 5 games. Washington, PG, 8 goals allowed last 6 games and 23 opportunities. You said Roslovic was hot. He certainly is. 4 goals, 3 assists over his 5-game point streak. Likely Logan Thompson. I won't say likely. Probably Logan Thompson tonight, but he hasn't been great over his last 4. And Lindgren coming off that 2-1 win versus Carolina in Carolina. Stewie Skins, 3+ goals in 11 of his last 15 games. Chychrun, PP point at plus 365 was a look. But looking at Edmonton, I know the sky's falling in Toronto, but looking in Edmonton, Toronto sits 27th in point percentage, but Edmonton 26th at 9-12 straight up. Worse point percentage than San Jose. Who deserves more criticism right now with the roster that they're kind of fielding? Edmonton or Toronto?
I mean, the Leafs are fielding their roster because of injury.
Yep.
Right? There's not much injury issues in Edmonton right now. I think Edmonton deserves a criticism because there's more pressure to win there because of the whole McDavid situation, right? McDavid committed 2 more years there because he basically said, look, man, I've gone to 2 cup finals. I'm trying to help this team win a cup. I need you to help me help this team win a cup now. And they haven't made any significant moves to their group to make you feel good that they can make another run at it. So, and they're just playing bad hockey right now. I mean, there's a bunch of really good teams playing bad hockey, but the thing with Edmonton is we've been here before with this team the last 2 years where, they fired the coach 2 years ago. They go on an incredible run. They go to the cup final. They lose in game 7. Last year, they get off to a slow start, but they march their way back to the cup final, lose in game 6. Could they do it again? I don't feel confident about it. So I think there's more panic in Edmonton versus Toronto. I mean, the panic is, can this team make the playoffs?
Yes.
Edmonton, they're talking about Stanley Cup.
Scary times for Edmonton. Scary times. Goaltending. What names in goaltending are being thrown around right now? Who did I see?
Binnington.
Cam Talbot.
UC Saros.
Saros would cost a lot of money. A lot of assets.
I mean, you're getting a Vezina caliber goalie, right? In a new environment.
Prez saying, what do you make? Frank Cervalli saying Paul Coffey left the Oilers because he was butting heads with Knobloch.
I mean, maybe there is truth to that. I don't know. I haven't heard or I haven't tried to investigate that. I mean, it seems possible.
It's
right?
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know how valid that speculation is.
You can only play with fire so much. Starting off slowly, consistently every year and getting on a hot streak
exactly.
You can't do it day in and day out. And Evan Bouchard is not good right now. He hasn't been helping the situation. And if Edmonton hasn't had the luck of getting Jack Roslovic to be like a top 3 scorer on this team, then they're in a world of trouble because that second line still, like Puck Kolzing still in your top 6. it's not a great look for Edmonton, and I think they're in tougher shape. Positive in Toronto. Everybody's out. You're still close to the division. You got lots of time. A small 5-game run can go a far way. But let's go Ty. Let's go Roslovic. And if you said let's play ties for all games, like Jonathan Davis said in the chat, just this month, you'd be up 54.5 units. You went 2 for 8 yesterday. You'd be up. Is it too late to jump on? That's what I said about Bitcoin too. Yeah. No, it's too late. Yeah. $16,000 a Bitcoin. It's only going to go down. Way to go, Josh, you donkey.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, well, we move on. What's my next game here? I've lost my script. Trying to figure out the difference between a Mac and a PC.
Are you a Mac guy?
I am now. So now I'm like trying to navigate some things, and it's.
I can't stand Mac.
I know we're old people. Calgary, Buffalo, worst game of the year right here. By far. Buffalo. Are you running out to go get Buffalo at minus 155, even though Calgary
Hell
played
no.
yesterday? No.
Hell no. No.
Now, the Europeans, Oslin and I don't even think it's Rosen.
Rosean.
I think there's another syllable in there.
No, it's Isak Rosean.
Yes, it's Isak. Yes, it's not
Yeah.
Isaac Rosen. It's like Isak Rosean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you know your hockey. But we're going for Isak for an assist at plus 210.
Ooh.
I know. I do like these assists at plus 200 or better. He's on power play 1. He's on the second line with Quinn. You can go him for a point, Quinn for a point at Bet99 for plus 210. But Wolf played last night. We saw that 5-2 loss to Chicago. Devin Cooley, who leads goalies in goals saved above expected per 60 with 5 or more. Some rough outings are coming for Cooley here. He's playing above his numbers. Played in the AHL all last year. 6 games for the Sharks in the Bigs, 23-24. Rosean, 14th overall pick in 2021, kind of taking a little time to get going, playing 17.5 minutes per game. Not a bad look. Calgary, under 2.5 team total, is hitting 7 of the last 10. And as I said, I doubt you're running out to get Buffalo on the money line, minus 155. But Calgary is awful. But looking at the ass, because there's not a lot of teams who are kind of out of it, but Calgary is certainly one of them. Rasmus Andersson, $4.5 million left on his last year. What are the asks for Anderson? And would it look like a Brandon Carlos situation, or is Rasmus Andersson more of a sure thing, right-handed, plays every special teams? I think people are going to regret probably getting Anderson. No.
There's always, I would say there's a greater percentage when you make trades like that in a year or two, you're going to regret it. But in the moment, he's going to be a huge upgrade for whoever acquires him. Right. But again, it's a supply and demand market, right? If there isn't that much supply and there's a lot of demand for that type of player, the price is going to go up. That's how Philly took advantage of the Lawton situation last year.
Oh.
And that's how Boston took advantage of the Carlos situation, right? So there was a demand for those two players, and the supply of those type of players wasn't very much. So the cost to acquire those players was a lot. So I think that's what Calgary's going to bank on. They're going to get a good haul for them because anybody acquiring him is going to lock him up to a long-term deal. So, if you're going to invest in making that acquisition, you're not just going to want to let it walk away. And yeah, it could be one of those ones you look back and say, but I mean, we say that about a lot of guys in the league nowadays, right? That's why I don't like these long-term deals.
No.
Long-term deals, you're committing to a guy for 8 years to play the exact same way for 8 years or better. How many times does that pan out? You're committing to a group of players for 8 years, long-term. How many times does your group stay the same for that long? What's the motivation for a player that is locked in with guaranteed money for 8 years, knowing that if he doesn't feel like playing his best, he doesn't have to?
And now people are locking up people a lot earlier for like 8 years. What's one of the defenseman contracts that stands out to you that you're like 8 years? I can't think. What are some ones off the top of your head? I'm struggling.
Well, I remember when we're speaking on Buffalo, when Matthias Samuelsson signed his 8-year deal
Oh,
for,
yeah,
for
yeah.
50 games played, he got $4.5 million. I'm like, what the hell? Now like we look at it and say, well, he's not living up to it. Well, of course he's not. Of the new ones, like I don't know much about Jackson Lacombe. I know there's a lot of people in Anaheim that rave about this guy, and maybe that's why they were confident in doing it. But yeah, I off the top of my head I have to do some research, but
We'll take Samuelson. Samuelson's a good one to point out there for sure. Carolina, Minnesota. Let's go. Minnesota plus 140 over under sitting at a flat 6. We're going Brock Faber for an assist plus 215 and then under minus 105. This game will finish 8-5. I guarantee you my under records are awful. You say, Josh, you're an over guy. You're a donkey. Just out there smashing overs like traditional rec better. Yes. Go take a look at my under record. It's awful. This one looks like the under. You have Daniel Urov playing center on the top line in Minnesota.
wow.
I believe Brock Faber jumped back into the PP1 spot after Zeke Williams struggled last game. Carolina 7-3 straight up in their last 10, 6-4 over under. Minnesota 6-4 straight up last 10, but 3-1 straight up on their current 5-game homestand. This is their last game of their homestand. They've allowed just 3 regulation goals over the 3-1 straight up stretch at home versus Vegas, Anaheim, Calgary, and an OT loss to San Jose. But after tonight, Minnesota will go the next 7 of 9 on the road, which is a hell of a stretch. And Carolina won 4-3 at home versus Minnesota, plus with Minnesota being a plus 170 road dog. So you're only seeing a 30-point adjustment from change of venue when usually that's about 50 points. It's 25 to neutral and then 25 for home. That's how I kind of price it. Carolina has allowed a power play goal in 5 straight, and Minnesota, huge discrepancy in their penalties, 4.17 drawn per game, which is 8th, and 2.6 taken, which is their lowest. Usually you see a pretty even balance when you take penalties, you get them called on you, but somehow Minnesota is taking the fewest amount of penalties per game. Carolina on the road. I think I ask you this every time we get to Minnesota, and I'm still on there. I don't know what Minnesota is. Right. They're a team that can look good, but right now, when you have Daniel Urov practicing up the middle with no Marco Rossi right now, that is a huge disadvantage, versus a Carolina team who I don't know who to bet on because Rob Brind'Amour is still confident rolling 4 lines. And I think he's got Taylor Hall maybe on the 4th line right now.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, that's and we're at that point in the season, right? We're at the 20 game point, and you're trying to get a true feel as to who each team is, and we still don't know that about some teams, right? I think Minnesota is a prime candidate for that because just look at their roster. You don't expect them to do well, but they realize the division that they're in, and they realize the importance of points, and they find ways to get them. But they're playing a really good Carolina team, so flip a coin.
No, I get it. Jesper Wallstad is certainly someone who's starting to scare me as a goalie to play against, but good goaltending so far right now with the homestand in Minnesota. Yeah, perfect. Wallstad for the Wild has been pretty good. The exact same thing. What else am I seeing in the chat? Someone asking what would be your favorite Distinct Stroke says if you guys had to choose a money line and one player for each game to score, who would it be? This is hypothetical, obviously, but I don't know where. And here I am trying to find everything on this stupid Mac like an old man. Edmonton, Washington. I'd probably go Roslovic score, Edmonton money line.
Yeah.
Calgary, Buffalo. Oh God, don't make me do it. Right?
What?
Like I don't want to pick a winner in this game because I don't like if Price didn't mean anything, it'd just go Tage and Buffalo. Tage is still getting the minutes, he's still bearing, but minus 155 for Buffalo is not something you like. Minnesota, Carolina. Maybe Nick Ehlers in Carolina. I think if you go on the mini side, Kaprizov's such a lazy answer. I think maybe you go somewhere on that second line. You go Boldy or you go Eck, who also correlate on power play too. And then Boston, Anaheim, what we're going to get to here. Let's go. There's a 98% chance that I spelled this guy's name wrong.
Who? The
Boston
stuff, whatever his name is.
Say it. Do it. You'd go first.
I don't know what it is.
You go first. Kuznetsov. Nailed it. Say it quick.
Yeah.
Wasn't he a rookie in Minnesota?
Yes, he was.
So how did they ship him out so quickly? Did he go to trade?
Yeah, there was a trade this offseason that they made. I'd have to do some research.
What is that? Let the chat do the work there.
Do the work.
What's the Kuzi play? What was the Kuzi trade that brought him over? Because all of a sudden now he's been playing line one. He's been with Pasternak and Geeky, but all of a sudden now, because of the injuries to Arvidsson, I mean, Boston is winning games. They're 8-2 in their last 10, but they've just lost 66% of their second line, which also correlated other power play one in Middlestat and Arvidsson. So they're out. Now you got Kuzi here playing PP1 minutes. And anytime you're playing with David Pasternak, all of your minutes, you're plus 125 for a point. Just go get that plus 200 for the assist. No?
Yeah,
right?
Agree.
Like, pass this a shooter. He came to Boston last season. I know. Oh, in the Brazeau trade. So how did then?
Yeah,
but then Brazeau went to Pittsburgh. Is a three-way trade?
Yeah, I don't know how that worked out.
See ya.
Brazeau back to Mini. So who did Mini acquire?
Pittsburgh. I don't got it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Lindholm is power play one, which is something to look at here for Boston. Not sure what the price is. I don't think it's plus 500. Anaheim did drop Craig McTavish off that second line mid-game, so interesting to see how they go back. But I know Boston, you don't like the bones of the Boston team right now.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're seeing Anaheim now at minus 170, doesn't that seem a bit steep? I think the pricing's caught up to Anaheim. Anaheim being priced as like a top 15. I just don't think Boston's getting enough respect for playing competitive hockey games.
I agree. I mean, it's not easy to win hockey games, and they're finding a way to do it. So it's they do deserve credit because no one had any this team was supposed to tank this year.
Yeah.
Right. So
I don't know. I think this is a spot Boston Anaheim can tie. No? Late game tie?
I'm never going to rule out a tie in any game because there's parity in the league, man. Ties happen. Teams want to go bank points.
Edmonton, Washington. Low scoring and whatever. 2-2, 3-3. Can see it. Calgary, Buffalo. Can absolutely see that being a 1-goal game. Carolina, Minnesota, just with how well Minnesota's playing at home right now and giving up goals in the goaltending, that game's going to be tight. Yes, I think their game finished 4-3, but it was 3-2 after the first period, and things really settled down in that game. Expect more of that. Boston, Anaheim. Anaheim could win 5-1. Boston can win 4-3. This game could be tied. And now, I know when we talk about it that the pumpers there are just going to start round robin in the whole tie card.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yes. Does the NHL need to incentivize regulation wins more?
Yes.
I think they need to change the overtime rules because it's
just go 3 points for a regulation win. 3 points for a regulation win, 2 points for an overtime shootout win, and 1 point for the loser point.
There you go. Winning in 60 minutes is a lot different than winning in the 65th.
I mean, they use that as a tiebreaker, so clearly it's important.
Clearly.
Right?
So. And you've already thrown the point the points out the window anyway by getting 3 points into a game, which makes sense. So each game has a value of 3 points. No? Is that what you're saying? 3 points up for grab, regulation win. You still want 2 points for an OT win or shootout win?
Yeah. So
Okay.
the way Europe does it, because I played in it, is you get a regulation win, it's 3 points. If you win in
Makes
overtime
sense.
and shootout, it's 2 points. If you lose in extra time, you get a point. But the push to win in regulation was like intense. 3 points.
Yeah.
Like you could close a lot of gaps in the NHL. Like you want parity, that'll increase parity, because if you're 6 points out, instead of being 3 games out, you're 2 games out now. See crazy stuff happen at the end of the games, especially if you're betting totals.
Yeah, Perez also says we need to announce goalies quicker. Yes, goalie announcements are coming right at warm-ups.
I think NHL can do a lot better with a lot of the decisions that they make. Injuries, goalies, playoff format, standings.
Yeah. Producer Mick, highlight Hall L there. Great show today. Appreciate you, bud. Chad is bumping too with great info. That's what I mean. Whether
we do.
Yeah. You can sit here and listen to us or not listen to us and just sit there and chat and figure something out in the chat, because it's not about here's the picks. It's about how you get to them sometimes, and certainly get some information from you guys. But back tomorrow with the disgusting big slate, which takes the morning to look at. It's time to get up. Here's 10 games. Let's go through them all.
Great.
But four today, 4 Friday, but these 4-game slates are beauties, especially with ties. So let's take a look at that. Plays are there. Thank you to producer Mick. Thank you to Carlo. Thank you to Bet99 sponsoring the show. NHL Puck Props presented by Bet99. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 10 o'clock live. Hit that like button on your way out. Let's go. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Lead us out, pal.
Ciao.